Babydolls, welcoming you for your favorite time. You and I doom scrolling Twitteroonies together, the front end of the yield curve. First up, surprising, Mr. HexJamHex. You see his lovely, amazing art skills, sharing his gift with the world. That's right, not world, world. Wonderful art, AI generation, natural art, comical stuff. It's amazing. We love all your work, sir. He's also nominated me for best crypto content ever. Thank you very much. I think everybody, friends, there is a Binance. Nominate your top blockchain creators. Help us spotlight the voices out here. Well done, well done, well done. Power to the people. Thank you very much for everyone out here. This is wow. Your friend Sommi is not even close. Not even close. Not even close. Not even close. Thank you very much. Out here, Mr. Reptile Hybrid. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. We're gonna mog them. There we go. There we go. There we go. Remember, it's a tragedy of the commons. When will people believe? When the prices are already too high. That's when people will believe. It will be cool though. It would be cool to see Binance hand out an award to me. It would be good because we get people to say, "Oh, that guy! I saw that guy out there. What's going on over there? What's going on over there?" Just to ask a question. Because friends, the thing is, like, you know, with crypto, it's kind of like, friends. Here's the thing, you know, like when someone comes out, let's say you're living by yourself, and then maybe you've got one of those, like, you know, those sex dolls, right? You're living quietly by yourself in the mountains. You've got one of those normal sex dolls. You cook yourself food every day. And then someone comes up to you and says, "Dude, you want to come move to Dubai? Dubai's the best. Low tax rates, tourism, financial hub." You're having plenty of fun with your dolls. You're not going to go, "Okay, let me get on a plane tomorrow." You don't do that. But it plants a seed in your head. And then maybe in the next 6 months, maybe one of your dolls, maybe she cracks one of her arms. You've got to call the sex doll repair guy to come in. He doesn't know where you live. It takes him like 1.5 months to get in. There's a lot of high demand for these things out here, you know? So you start thinking about it. Then your income tax statement comes in and you basically get LA vape caballed by your government. He's like, "What? 50%? You see what I mean? It plants a seed, plants a seed. And then you think, "Oh man, my friend told me that I was his habibi and that I should move to Dubai." You see what I mean? It plants a seed. So once you start thinking about going to Dubai, there's a difference. There's a time between you actually might go move there or visit there. It's the same thing with crypto. It's the same thing when people do marketing. We're like, "We're having so much fun. Stablecoin super cycle. PulseChains, we're still early, not even listed yet." Everyone's like, yeah. That's what everyone hears. Until other coins start going up, and then maybe you start going up. That's how it works, friends. Remember, like moving countries, it takes geographical. There's time, there's distance, there's hurdles. With crypto, it's just a few buttons. But it's still, you have to still think about it. Liquidity indicator. Stop lying to yourself. You know PulseChain sucks. So liquidity indicator, I've been watching. You're basically fighting PulseChain 15 times a day. Are you a planned agent at this point? Maybe, because like you haven't said like one positive thing at all, even though I've told you 50,000 times. That's why, friends, I don't let the darkness consume me. Obviously, the darkness being soy. I still tell them, I go, "Hey, bro, ISM's still low." You know what I mean? Like ISM's still low. So I don't know how many times you guys got to hear it. So I don't waste my breath, but I still share, because when I make comments for replies, friends, just to let you know, I'm here to serve the people. So if I'm replying to someone, 95% of the time, I'm actually not just replying to them. I'm messaging so you can see the information out here. This is the business cycle. Okay, PMI is coming out today. It's going to be like a poopy number, whatever. But look at this. Okay, when Hex pumped and old season pumped, PMI was above 55. And in 2017, ICO season, PMI was above 56. Okay, so right now we're at 40, 49. All right, pretty much around there. So we are in a different phase of the business cycle. Sneeko goes off on Matt Walsh after he said freedom of religion doesn't apply to Islam. Freedom of religion, except one of the biggest, except for the fastest growing one, except for the one Matt Walsh's bosses don't like.
Your argument is that you're owned by a Mossad spy?
So that's pretty much the controversy, is because I forgot what he works for, Matt Walsh. You know, one of those the big political media things. I think, yeah, they do have a lot of, I think there is a lot of Israeli funding stuff out here with America. Friends, this is the sad part, man. It's like, you know, no matter how serious the issue is, it doesn't really matter, man. We get bored of it. We just get bored. You know, the Charlie Kirk thing, in 2 months, it's going to be fading. It's fading off already, slowly. You know, the government's lying. And then we're like, wait a minute, they've been lying about everything. Why did we think they'd tell the truth about this one? And we're like, yes, you blue-pilled cucks. And then we're going to roll the next simulation FUD. Who are we going to hate next? You know what I mean? We're going back to white people, black people. I don't know, Matt. You know, Chinese. Let's go to India. It's just like, friends, just pick a target. Trans rage. What about a trans Indian Chinese Jewish guy? It's just, you know, this is what happens, friends. And then, oh, Putin's gonna come back. This is, friends, this is literally it. This is, and look, they're serious issues. Can you and I do anything about it? No. That's why I've got the chef's hat, friends, because Dev's cooking. Dev's cooking. Right now, I need some crystal meth rocks or something to get me through this next phase. If the crypto KOs are really correct, because, you know, we really are starting a 4-year bear market, as they all pretty much say we're starting. Or whatever. At least we had fun, right? But yeah, you can't do anything, friends. Like, but you can't do anything about that thing. But you can vote with your feet. You can vote with your wallet. They only have power because they debase you. How do they debase you? Because you're saving in their government currency. You're leaving it in your bank account. They're debasing you. They're taking away your purchasing power. It's a hidden tax. That's how they get power. They pay the media, all these political bribes. That's how it's all happening. If you don't like it, take your money out. That's what we've all done in crypto. That's why, like, friends, I have a clear pill approach. We're like saying, okay, roll the next FUD. Roll the next FUD. Like this grand TV simulation. Because it really is like that, friends. So you know not to get fully caught up with one thing. You know? Here we have bullish updates from Pep Lord. Oh, this is cool, man. This Pokemon music. Well, let's crank it. Let's crank it right here.
I wanna be the very best. No one ever was.
So here's a summary of today's updates. Richard Hart has tweeted about. PulseChain is evolving. It's pretty cool. Faster sync and smoother nodes. Greater stability and reliability. Higher RPC. Quicker. A new Explorer. The Explorer got updated. Remember the long-awaited Explorer. Everybody's wanted to look on chain. Stuff out here. All these other things happening. Very, very cool. Also, Richard Hart, you can run your own archive node under 2 terabytes now. Just sync from scratch. Don't update an existing database. Wonderful. So it depends on your perspective. 90% of PulseChain, 90%, this is not made up number, 90%, you can derive this from basically pDAI versus the market cap of everything else. 90% of PulseChain people believe Richard's just slow. Okay, they think he's slow, he's lazy. Some people a bit nefarious and they go, oh, he's given up, he's rugged, or he's just really slow. We're not making any leeway we're not making any ground when it comes to this. That's what 90% believe. If you're holding pDAI though, you've seen the on-chain stuff. If you watch my videos, you've seen all the PulseChain Pioneer things, the layer 2 things, encapsulated staking things. There's hints. There's something else going on. We don't have all the answers, but we don't think he's slow. We don't think he's slow at all. It's actually all going along to plan. It's just that you don't get to see all the steps in between. Yeah, I don't think he's slow. It's almost like you check up on your friend once every month, but they've been going to the gym every day. You just don't watch them at the gym 3 times a week, 5 times a week. You don't watch them there. You just see them once a month. Okay, so I don't think it's slow at all. And it's convenient. Funny now, it's convenient how some of the PulseChain verifiable things require, if you want to verify it, it requires a lot of time checking the Blockchain Explorer. And because it's really slow, it's very hard to access. You need to commit like a lot of time. So because the Blockchain Explorer has been slow, all we've got to do is like we've had to go through like that one person who sits there with like waiting 5 minutes for each page to load to show transactions of like, you know, the Vietnamese kid with the big fat dong, for him to for us to see that there's PulseChain Pioneer work going on. So it's an interesting, different perspective, isn't it? Some people saying it's slow. All of us saying, hey, maybe it's intentional out here. Alex Jones, powerful interview. Ask a Jew anything. It's just... Oh, man. In a month or two, it's just going to be rolling the next thing. Do you remember, friends? We're tariff experts. We're China trade experts. Do you remember we all became experts about this little canal? Somewhere. The canal. The shipments. Back to China. Back to Putin. Iran. Israel. Then we're learning about these political assassinations. This guy's getting funding. And it's just, oh, gosh. It just, bro. Just please pump our bags. Just pump our bags, man. The people, we're getting hungry. We're asking questions. Yeah, oh, man. Just pump our bags, dude. Ay. Check this out. By Dr. Xin Yong. I've earned 1,200% profit. That's 13x return of pump USDT. Join me at Aster. How do you do that? Leverage. Don't do it. Be careful. Just be careful. Okay. Also, Aster, man, friends, everybody's farming it. You could do it if you do that farming if you want. Aster is a perp dex. This is a hyperliquid. Just showing you out here. Aster, friends. Yeah, there's going to be some perp dex wars, but please, I've got to remind you, just because everyone's talking about it, they're talking about the coins of the exchange. Okay. Trading is still zero-sum game, and the worse. It's zero-sum game minus the brokerage, okay? You're going to get absolutely decimated doing it. Here is Aster. I guess people are going to bet that it goes to $10 plus. We'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see if they're still talking about $10 when it comes here. They're going to be waiting and waiting. Hopefully it goes up, but yeah, this is just the game out here. Remember, it's capital allocation, friends. Just be careful about selling the lows of anything. Be careful. Seeking truth. Eric swallows well. Really does need to be investigated dating a Chinese spy named Fang Fang. Oh, gosh. So, this guy was dating a Chinese spy. Oh, Matt, stop infiltrating, bro. Actually, roll the next simulation. Everyone, check your missus. She could be a spy. It's just welcome to reality. Pickle. ChainLink had a small window for the first time in 4 years where crypto Twitter and people actually paid attention to the slew of boring TradFi integration stuff. That should have signaled ChainLink to do more than penetrate the normie psyche and also juice the buybacks. Feels like that moment passed already, and really no big crypto native protocols are opting for CCIP over competitors, which isn't helping. So this is Pickle Crypto. Pickle used to follow me. Then he started buying the top of Solana. He didn't like that I was calling it the top of Solana. If you go check out the Soy ETH ratio, yeah, I mean, like, not all hope is gone out, but like you've made nothing, right? So I guess still holding, but actually he's not holding anymore. So it's kind of funny, friends. He was like in here, he round trips, right? He gets out. It's funny, he doesn't even know I've been watching Pickle. He gets out, and I just saw his portfolio. Now he's got like a portfolio of... I covered it in like a episode a few months ago. Randomly, we came across it. He said he was something like 40% stable coins, 30% Bitcoin, and then he had like, 10% of like a random thing, and then 10% of like... It's almost like an Aster, like one of these things, which obviously he's not even talking about anymore. Maybe he just took a loss. But he always FUDs ChainLink. Which I get it. The price action's dog shit. Don't blame you. I'm still long. ChainLink has integration with WorldCoin from Sam Altman's Israeli robot, the ChatGPT. So I'm just showing you like he's fudding ChainLink, and then no, they are having integrations. CCIP and Swift has chosen it. Just pump the bags, bro. We didn't give a shit anymore. Just like we see this every day. You know what I mean? We've had enough of everything. We've had enough. Fishy catfish. You just wrote that teams are opting, which is a present tense word for other protocols. I'll show you an integration from 5 days ago, which counts as the present. So he is pro ChainLink. This is catfish. He's a ChainLink maxi pretty much, and he's showing all the ChainLink integrations, which is really cool to see here. That's awesome. So ChainLink have lots of integrations. Wonderful. There is adoption. I mean, like, friends, Don't even care about that because like XRP's got like zero integration and they got an army, man. I want them to flip Bitcoin. Friends, I've said I want XRP to flip Bitcoin. I want it to flip Bitcoin. I want it just to show everybody in the world they don't know what they're talking about. Yeah. That'd be the funniest scenario of all, wouldn't it? If XRP flips Bitcoin. I want to see it. He's an XRP maxi guy. He's tagged. This is XRPL. This is the XRP ledger. Breaking. David Schwartz, Joel Katz, CTO of Ripple, will step down from his operational role at the end of 2025 after 13 years. He will join their board of directors. Wow. Confirmed. Ripple director says XRP will surpass Bitcoin in price. Oh, it's such a freaking good meme, man. I'm just showing you, friends. It's just, it doesn't matter about the tech or fast transactions. It doesn't actually matter. The army matters. They're saying, look, Forbes projects $59,000 per XRP. Oh, I can't keep it together, friend. This is the XRP community. in PulseChain, when someone says hex at $1, people still think you're stupid, bro. They're calling for a $59,000 XRP. Oh my gosh, man. You have enough money to buy Venus and get all the Nordics over here to work for you. Oh, that's brought a tear to my eye, man. It is a tear of laughter. I can't. $59,000 XRP. Forbes projects. Oh, man, that's good. Just to let you know, if you are in XRP, blockchain backers selling at around $9 or $10. Just letting you know. Here we have Murad, which is known as your friend Sommi Lite. Kind of like a light skim milk version of me. Lower calories. It's kind of like, friends, I'm the full McDonald's family meal. And Murad's like, you know, you get a chicken nugget and you dip it in some sauce with someone. You know, it's just, and you maybe get some small chips. And he's a light version of me. There has never been an asset which combined the intense HODL and DCA culture of Bitcoin, the passion and evangelism of XRP, the tipping culture of Doge, the counterculture spirit of GME until SPX 6900. Habibi Murad. I know you watch, bro. Where's your staking lockup? Oh, you don't have it? Okay, there you go. Where's your staking lockup? Where's your staking lockup? Hex community literally lock up their money for 15 years. So don't even use the C word cult with SPX. You can't, friends. You can't. Where's your tattoos, by the way? Is there an SPX 6900 tattoo? No. Hex have tattoos. Hex people on board, they're literal grandmas, and we're not joking. Dr. Hexologist, I think he onboarded his grandma or his aunties or uncles. He's onboarded, he's made stakes for his children. Do you have that? Stakes, you can't touch them without a huge penalty. Literally, on chain. Right? Even I done it for my wallet friends. I did like a 555 stake. Like, where's your stakes? You don't have it. So, like, remember, it's not saying, oh, let's put them down. I'm just saying, like, this is like cult. You want to talk about cult? Friends, Hex made the word cult for crypto like actually appear. You know? They were calling Bitcoin a cult and stuff at the start. They were. But Hex is actually like, it's the cult's cult. And not occult as in satanic with the freaking demon signal thing out here and the little sigil. Not that stuff. Cult is in culture. All right? Here we have Pepe on PulseChain. The green candles died when the Pepe farms were rugged. So very, very lovely picture. Remember, that's what happened with the PulseX yield farms at the end of 2023. Richard Hart, I guess he tried to do the money bridging liquidity farm thing in. He tested it. No one was bridging in. No one cared about the yield because DeFi was run out. Everybody was sick of DeFi, which is yield farming stuff in 2020 and 2021. It was exhausted because no one made any money. Everything goes down only. Everyone just dumps the yield. So that's why there was. That's when we moved into the JPEG. Sorry, the JPEG coin season. Crypto Bitlord. It's ironic. XRP is replaced overnight by the very thing they sought to replace. This is Swift. Swift announces a new blockchain-based ledger with 30 plus banks. So they will be using ChainLink to connect all of them. And Crypto Bitlord, he was bullish on XRP last year. He's sold already. So he's sold now. He just FUDs XRP. Come on, bro. You can't do that. You know what I mean? We have a big post here from NineIronCapital. It's going to get a bit religious as well. Before we begin, countdowns never work. This is not a pDAI countdown. In the context of all the recent Twitter talk about Jesus Christ, the relevance of 848 is worth sharing. Luke 8:48. Then he said to her, daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace. Go down. This is a verse. This verse is a part of the story of the woman with the issue of blood. From Luke chapter 4, verse 40 to 56. A miracle where Jesus heals a woman who had suffered from chronic bleeding for 12 years. She touches the hem of his garment in faith, and Jesus publicly affirms her healing. This stream of thought has come from this post from Bretep. So he makes a post here. He's from the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints. That's great, friends. I know, like, it's just like, you know, you scroll down. Let's focus on the positive. Okay. 99% of us, we're the same. Okay. Let's not kill each other metaphorically and physically, arguing about the 1%, because it's literally like, oh, the denomination you follow is worrying about these 5 words and how you interpret it, and then the other people aren't. I get it, man. I get it. It's complicated. It's deep. Just chill out, man. You know, we're here for crypto because evil keeps plaguing humanity when they have power to do bad things. That's why we made crypto in the first place, okay? Let's remember that. NineIronCapital. I'm not underwriting this. I'm just connecting dots that are there to be connected. No countdowns, no expectations. pDAI is inevitable. Like freedom of speech, freedom of religion is a First Amendment right. We sacrificed for both. There you go. Let's check out PulseChain prices of the day. Hopefully by the time you see this, we're going up. It's still red, poopy, nothing to see here. Ethereum, yeah, Ethereum's got to break 5,000, and then we move the goalposts again. I know, man, there's nothing we can do, man. Like, you can click sell at any point. At any point, you just give up, you just click sell. That's I make no promises because I don't have an edge. I don't know what comes around the corner. I just know I'm following a super long-term trend. And you know what? I could be dead by the time it actually plays out. I don't know. I mean, look at the gold maxis. The gold maxis are still waiting for the $18,000 reprice of gold to the money supply ratio. They have not caught up to the S&P 500. You know, it's been costing them money to store gold, and they're missing out on dividends. So they're still way behind owning stocks and reinvesting over time, right? So, yeah, well, whatever. You know, we can't do much. Elon Musk. I'm not a fan of disruption for its own sake. If there's a need for something to be disrupted and it's important to the future of the world, then sure, we should disrupt it. Yeah, this is young Elon. You know, always open to interpretation. I also saw a post from Mr. Durty Crypto just before I refreshed the page. He also tagged me in the Binance Influencer Award KOL thing out here. Thank you very much, sir. I do appreciate it. Has some corn slipped onto my timeline? Is this V the tranny guy? No, it's a girl. Who's awake? Okay. Maybe she's in crypto. That's why I clicked follow. Oh, what are girls? Who's awake? Ben, do you ever see that funny meme where like a girl's bending over and you can literally just see right through the canal? And it's like, just got new shoes. You know, so it's real. I mean, it's real. Like, who's awake? What's on the wall? What? Oh, man, did you tattoo the wall? What are these? Oh, they're probably like trinkets and stuff. Wow. Well, we got to get some crypto logos in these walls. You know what I mean? Hopefully some cool stable coins. Man, that'd be great one day, friends. Imagine people had like PulseChain and pDAI posters in their room one day as kids. You know, as they're growing up. That'd be great. Here we have Kyle Salami says soy is the best positioned to bring global finance on chain with a $1.6 billion treasury. So they're doing the digital asset treasury thing, just like Ethereum and Bitcoin. They're trying to be the evangelist. Is trying to do that out here. This is the soy ETH ratio. I guess it's do or die here for it. So it's either, if they get the soy ETF, we'll see. Can it go up and accelerate against ETH, or is it going to like fizzle out as we move to the next phase? We'll see. It'll be interesting though. If soy ETH goes down, then what we've witnessed now in hindsight is Soylana focused on meme coin degen trading for a season. That's what all their fast trading stuff out here was. That's what they focused on. But now that it's gone and there's not as much people coming into the casino, soy's bleeding out if it goes down, okay? Whereas Ethereum, they didn't want to do the fast transaction stuff. They keep like trying to market to Wall Street to become credible and neutral. So we'll see how it all plays out, okay? Yeah. Here we have Coin Butthole. CryptoDotCom gets a CFTC license. Wow. Cool. No one cares. But also, tongue-in-cheek as well. I guess it'll allow them to host stock market boomer tradfi things to gamble trade and lose your money on, like oil, stocks, you know, the commodities, gold. You can really trade gold on like Hyperliquid, Pax Gold. Yeah, but you can trade the other things out here, commodity things, you know, like wheat and stuff. Like I said, friends, I came from that world, dude. I had limits for them. I punted on you don't want. Okay, friends, I'm in crypto for a reason, okay? Because that game, right? There's too many big players. They got a lot of money. And when they have a lot of money, they compress the volatility. Because in their mind, making 18% return in a year is literally euphoria. Because the stock market's giving you 10. And then they get the bonus from that 8% yield, okay? Because they're doing billions of dollars, okay? You don't want that world. You want the world we're in, where things go to zero all the time. There's uncertainty. We're following these random transactions on chain. That's what you want. That means there's opportunity, okay? Adam Backshot. Peak whole coiners is near. Stack fast. Time is running out. Retweeted by Max Kaiser. Yeah, we'll see. Bitcoin dominance. Maybe you're destined for 40% instead of 80%, like everyone says. Here you go, friends. If you make $100,000 a year, your income is less than a low-skilled worker in 1971, and you have way more debt. Yes, that is actually true. A low-skilled worker in 1971 could buy a home based off the ratios. Yeah. Back then, I think a full-time year's income ratioed to a house, it was about 2.5. So back then, if the average worker, if you earned $10,000, the house was $25,000. That's 2.5 times. But now it's not 2.5 anymore. Now it's anywhere from like 6. In some countries, it's like 10. 10 times your full-time salary. So if you have $100,000, yeah, the average person, the average home is like 600,000. Up to $1 million. So it takes more full-time years to buy the home. Why is that? Well, your friend Sommi has told you. It's because the government CP lie says 3% every year. So your wages only go up 3% every year, but that's the fake inflation. The real inflation is the money supply. That's not growing up at 3% per year. It's actually been going up at 7.5%. Actually, in recent times, it's 8. But historically, if you do the full 100-year number, it's about 6.5. But you're getting paid 3, but everything's going up by 6.5. So actually, friends, it's literally like you have a vault of cash, right? You have a vault of cash, and what I do is I take $6,000 from your vault, but then I take it from your vault without you knowing, and then I go to your front door, ring your doorbell, and I give you $3,000. That's literally what's been happening. Yeah. So I secretly steal $6,000. Every year, I steal $6,500. It's actually real number, $6,500 from your vault. But then I knock on your doorbell and I go, hey, here's $3,000. Thank you. And you're like, wow, that's cool. So you're bleeding out in real time. And that spread of what you're being lied to, that goes to paying off the debt without you knowing. It goes to paying economists to tell you to stay in the Keynesian system. It goes to Big Pharma, who's giving you jabs, getting your kids autistic, telling you to chop off your genitals. It goes to the media telling you, don't worry, everything's fine. You know, these things are conspiracy. UFOs don't exist. You're cool and you're special. Eat bugs. You're going to own nothing and be happy. They're more psyops. Yeah, just straight brainwashing in the system over and over and over again, okay? So that's where it's all been going over time. But that's why we built crypto in the first place. So remember, crypto, long-term value, long-term fundamentals, dev's still cooking. Like, subscribe, belly button all. Catch you in the next one.